Here in San Diego, Bike to Work Day is sponsored by Sandag, but tomorrow's event was rained out and rescheduled for May 29th. Joining me with an update on biking and transportation in San Diego are my guests, Andy Hanshaw with the San Diego County Bike Coalition and Elizabeth Cox with Sandag, the San Diego Association of Governments. And Elizabeth, how many people are you expecting to participate in this year's Bike to Work event?
Well, last year we had more than 8,700 people participate. We're certainly expecting that will grow. With the event being postponed from tomorrow, May 15th to May 29th, we're certainly hoping a lot more people will be able to participate.
That's right. They've got a little lead notice.
They've got a little bit extra time.
Second chance.
And I think that'll bring out more folks that might not have been comfortable biking in the rain.
How does it compare this year's numbers to years in the past? Are we growing?
We continue to grow. You know, obviously we won't know how many people participate until the day of, but this year we're inviting people to take the pledge to go by bike at iCommuteSD.com. So that's a great metric for us to be able to anticipate how many people will be attending.
Why do you think this event is especially important in San Diego?
Well, San Diego is a great place to ride a bike. We have, average of 71-degree temperatures, so it's perfect year-round. A great mode choice to be able to get out of the car. If you're traveling between, 1 to 2 miles, about 40% of the trips we take are actually less than 2 miles, and that's a great choice to be able to hop on 2 wheels and run an errand, go to the store, meet a friend for coffee.
And when you do, Andy, there's been some changes in San Diego recently for bicyclists. Can you remind us of what some of those are?
Sure. Related to those short trips, San Diego's rolled out the nation's newest bike share system. So Deco bikes are all over the streets in the city of San Diego, and the plan is for 1,800 bikes at 180 locations, where it's really a transportation system for people to take those short trips by bike and to have convenient access in their neighborhoods, to go to places, their shopping, their work, downtown in the urban areas where it's starting, but it'll roll out, and it's going to be a really effective system, and it already shown to be that with the ridership numbers that they're getting.
And there's been some more bike paths, right?
Yeah, there's been all across the region. There's a lot of great work going on, implementing new bikeways. There's a great regional bike plan with $200 million invested over the next 10 years for great projects to connect bikeways to communities, to neighborhoods. Our regional bike network is really growing, and that includes a lot of really good things in the city. And the city's increasing their bike lanes, widening them, changing our streetscape to accommodate multiple road users, including bicycles and pedestrians. So there's a lot of good signs.
And on that note, Elizabeth, what is Sandag doing as far as making recommendations for encouraging bike riding as a viable transportation option in the future?
Well, Andy mentioned the Regional Transportation Plan, our early action program, that $200 million for the next 10 years of bikeways. But biking is definitely a priority mode in San Diego. The Regional Transportation Plan, which has been combined now with the Regional Comprehensive Plan as San Diego Forward, the regional plan, is a blueprint for our transportation system over the next 35 years. And biking is definitely a piece of that. So that $200 million will fund 42 projects across 77 miles of bikeways over the next decade.
Well, let me have Andy add to that, because I know San Diego's proposed climate action plan calls for increasing bike ridership to 6%. Currently, I understand we're at 2%. Right. How do we close that gap?
By creating those safer places for people to ride, to connect the infrastructure for bicycling in our neighborhoods, in our communities, and to really, these projects that Elizabeth spoke of that are part of the regional bike plan are going to do just that. So in order for us to move that needle, we need to build those bikeways that connect those neighborhoods to those places where people want to ride, and give people the choice. It's really about having a transportation choice that's safe and comfortable when you ride, and that's the goal of the regional bike plan, and that's what these projects are all about.
So we've got about 2 weeks. San Diego's Bike to Work Day is now scheduled for Friday, May 29th. Let me ask you first, Andy, what's your best advice for people who have kids or normally don't ride their bikes that much to participate in this?
Sure. So plan your route would be the first thing I would tell you, and there's a great new updated regional bike map that they can reference on that's online at Go by Bike, or they can so plan their route, be prepared for weather, whatever it is, and really have fun with it. Pack, if you're going to pack clothes for work, carry. They have a backpack or bike bags. They call them panniers, or other things that you can use to accessorize your bike to be ready to commute by bike.
And do you have any advice?
Let's go to iCommuteSD.com and take that pledge to go by bike. We are contacting all of the pit stop hosts that were scheduled for tomorrow to reschedule for May 29th. We had over 104 volunteer this year, and we're hoping that the majority of them will come back and come out and support on May 29th. They're open from 6 to 9 a.m. They've got snacks, encouragement, they'll have water, and that's the only place to pick up the Bike to Work Day t-shirt.
So if you're going to ride a bike, that's the day to do it. A lot of fun. Elizabeth Cox and Andy Hanshaw, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.